Alright, what you're looking at here is a Casablanca Delta 2 in chrome from 1985 with the rare Slumber 5 control system. This was not in the 1985 catalog. I believe this was custom order. There were a bunch of these that came out of an estate that was owned by famed country singer Randy Travis, this being one of them. All of them came with snow white blades, which are not age appropriate. They came out 1 year later, so I put these walnut stencil blades on, which I think look a lot nicer than the Snow White blades. So, there's the Slumber 5 dial. Model 14555, if I'm reading that correctly. I can't really see the viewfinder that well. Has an Asterson stack motor. Very rare fan. Very happy to have this. Didn't come with this pull chain pendant. I put that on myself. The hang true is up there. There's also a Leviton light fixture, chrome light fixture that's not original. The hang true unfortunately did not come with its hatch, so I'm pretty upset about that, but other than that it's complete, this fan. Runs great, bearings are quiet, especially considering this is Asterson. I'm very happy about that. So the Delta 2 was introduced in 1985. I believe the debut year finishes were bright brass, antique white, traditional brown, and a combo of antique white and bright brass. I think that's it. Chrome did exist as a finish. It just, for whatever reason, wasn't with the Delta 2 in the catalog that year. My cat is licking himself, so that's what the noise is. But I believe chrome was added as a finish for the Delta 2 the next year in 1986. And 1986 was a little bit after when Slumber 5 was discontinued. 1986 was also the year when all of the wacky colors were introduced, some of them. Decorator Mauve, Snow White, Glossy Black, Dusty Rose, Ferrari Red, and might be one more. Designer Gray. Actually, I misspoke. Dusty Rose came out in '87 alongside Moroccan Sand. Rose replaced Mauve. This is more of a functional low speed. Move it up to medium, speed 3. But yes, chrome was a finish with 86 Delta 2s onward. I don't know why they didn't do it like this. They had to have called these in for a custom order thing. Because these are the ones that came out of the Randy Travis mansion. These are the first to surface. None others have surfaced. I don't remember how many of them there are. I think maybe 7 of them. But that's probably being too generous. There were also, I believe, a black and chrome Saturn in that house, and then a couple Ferrari Red Delta 2s with spotlight kits. I think that Saturn also had a spotlight kit. One blade arm is just a little bit out of clock, but it's not that big of a deal. Speed 4, which is like a medium high. Slumber 5 has a very good range of speeds. It's probably one of my favorite control systems that Casablanca had. Slumber Quiet sucked because the reliability is terrible. Early IntelliTouch sucked because the reliability was terrible. IntelliTouch from basically 1993 onward was okay, but it still wasn't great. But I personally like the earlier IntelliTouch because they had the they were compatible with W11 switches, and I prefer those over the W32s. Cardboard box variable is good. I like variable speed, but it was just noisy. And I already mentioned Slumber Quiet's terrible reliability. I also don't like it because, you know, it literally burns. That's how bad it is. The resistors will literally char. It's not a matter, some will say, it's not a matter of if it'll fail, it's a matter of when, and they are right. Move it up to high. Speed 5. Slumber 3 is boring because it's just a 3-speed pull chain. It's definitely the most reliable. Slumber 5 is very kludgy, I guess you could say. It's a word to describe it. It's a very shoddy looking system when you open up the switch cap. It's not very sightly. I like Comfort Touch. It's just not, some of those fail, I think, sometimes. But overall, I think Slumber 5 and Variable Speed are my favorite. Variable Speed doesn't often fail. In my experience, it's the capacitors that fail more often than not. I've had 2 capacitors with the K63 fans blow. So, with most K55 type fans, this is hauling ass. It's an imported cable. K55s themselves are imported. They're from Mexico. But Astrasins, I believe, are from the East. But it's on par with an Emerson K55. Hell, I've seen some Astrasins outperform K55s. This one is not one of them. It's on par with the K55. It's just not outperforming it. Excellent output from this, though. Very good. I'm happy that it doesn't have the Astrasin bearing curse, because Astrasin motors do use pretty terrible bearings, but this one's in good shape. I believe the estate was abandoned for some time, or just sitting vacant, so I don't think these have run often in the recent years. It does have a relatively short spin down time, but that's about it. Anyway, that is my Slumber 5 Casablanca Delta 2 in Chrome from 1985. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.